With the most attacked wrestlers online revealed and more, this is Pro Wrestling Central. My name is John, and you're watching the Wrestling Report. On the Claw Pod, Ross and Marshall Von Erich revealed that their father, Kevin Von Erich, has signed with All Elite Wrestling. As Marshall said, my dad is he's on the team. He's with AEW now. And so, yeah, dude, we were surprised too. And we're like, what, Dad? And he's like, yeah, man, I'm on the team now. Ross added, he's basically got sort of a Legends deal kind of thing, which is awesome. Marshall then said, they still have tons of tools that will help younger guys, and having guys like my dad in the locker room, you'll get better. Ross and I were impressed with the people that really respect him. Will Ospreay, he loved our family, and he was really impacted by it. It shows that Will's is a student. He studies everything. MJF watches World Class all the time too. Staying on the topic of AEW contracts, Ringside News noted that Dustin Rhodes isn't going anywhere anytime soon, and WWE fans hoping to see a reunion with his brother Cody can officially forget it. According to a report from the Dallas Morning News, the AEW veteran quietly re-signed with All Elite Wrestling late last year. The contract, a 6-year deal that will keep him locked in with the company through 2030. The deal isn't just for wrestling either. If he can make it to the end of the 6-year deal he signed with AEW over the winter, in which he consults, coaches, occasionally wrestles, and acts as an ambassador for the promotion, he'll have 6 decades in the business, the outlet wrote. That timeline takes Dustin into 2030 and solidifies his commitment to AEW, even as his brother Cody Rhodes continues to thrive as one of WWE's top stars. Speculation had swirled for months about whether Dustin would follow Cody back to WWE, but this new deal all but ends those rumors. At 55, he's showing no signs of slowing down, balancing his in-ring work with mentorship and backstage duties. AEW clearly sees long-term value in Dustin beyond the ring, and this new deal cements his legacy within the company. After WWE posted and then briefly took down a Black History Month graphic that featured Sol RUCA, the NXT star has now responded to trolls, telling the Ringer Wrestling show, well, there was one year where they made the post and they took it down because I think they forgot to put some people in it or had to move people around, whatever it was, but it was up long enough for people to start flooding the comments. And so when it got taken down, they're like, oh, it's because Sol RUCA is in there. She's not supposed to be there. I can't believe they messed that up, blah blah blah. Then they reposted it and I was still there and everyone was like, wait, what? Then of course everyone's like, oh, show me proof. And shouldn't have to show people proof because why the hell would I lie about that? But when they see my family, most of the time they're like, oh yeah, I get it. But then there's always those people who are like, no, she's mixed. Like she's not 100%. She's a quarter, 20% or 10%. Like she's not full. And I'm like, guys, I'm not lying about this. I have nothing to gain. Why would someone lie about that? It is what it is. Responding to critics on the internet that claim he should not be wrestling, Matt Hardy noted on his Extreme Life podcast, people have underestimated me from day one. Are you kidding me? I accept my position. It is what it is. Why so? For instance, I can't wait. Pretty soon, as opposed to sickos, I'm probably going to say internet nobodies. I'm going to say you shouldn't go watch next week's. You shouldn't go watch last week's episode, the one so CM Punk goes to Saudi Arabia so you can watch the internet nobodies coming out and go, oh my god, and write in capitals and little letters, Matt Hardy shouldn't be wrestling in 2025 or whatever. It's the people I would say in capitals and small letters. The people that think they know the business. It was just so absurd, whatever. They do have some of those fans that are just so overly critical, like they just don't know what they're talking about. I mean, sometimes that happens, but I love that. And the fact that I get that people think, oh, this son of a bitch, he doesn't contribute anything. He's no good. Blah blah blah. He can't move. He sucks. Jeff's popular. Nobody likes him. But keep it going. Please keep it going. I can't wait. I love it. And that goes for the internet nobodies and the sickos, because I'm at a point right now where I stand on my word, all 10 toes. They're mean to me. If you dish it out, be ready to get it back, baby. I'm going to do a poll, John. I'm going to say, do the sickos want me back in AEW? I'm going to put a poll up today, man. We'll see what the results are. They do have some of those fans that are just so overly critical, like they just don't know what they're talking about. I mean, sometimes that happens. Touching on The Rock's TKO stock value, Ringside News wrote that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is leveling up in more ways than one, and this time it's not just in the wrestling ring. Since joining the TKO Holdings board of directors back in January 2024, his deal with the company has exploded in value, with his stock grants now reportedly reaching a massive $62 million. Initially, Johnson's contract was structured with stock valued around $30 million. But thanks to a major rise in TKO stock price, largely fueled by investor optimism surrounding a major upcoming UFC media rights deal, the value of his shares has more than doubled. That $62 million figure doesn't even account for Johnson's additional income from television appearances, last year's WrestleMania performance, or merchandise sales. That is strictly stock-based compensation tied to his board membership and public-facing role. Johnson's spot on the board of directors isn't just ceremonial either. It gives him real power behind the scenes, and he's made that influence known both in business dealings and on WWE television as the final boss. His return to WWE storylines this past year proved he still knows how to grab the spotlight, but it's clear his long-term play involves much more than in-ring moments. The Rock has always talked about ownership, value, and building legacies. Now he's doing exactly that, both in the boardroom and through WWE and UFC's shared parent company, TKO. A study revealed the most attacked wrestlers online, as Ringside News wrote that a new report from CryptoManiacs.com ranks the 15 most targeted wrestlers on social media from April 30th, 2024 to April 30th, 2025. The study pulled data from major platforms like Twitter/X, Facebook, Instagram, and Reddit, analyzing thousands of posts and comments to determine which names were getting the most online heat. Leading the list is none other than WWE Charlotte Flair, who reportedly received the highest level of online harassment among all wrestlers, and even among all athletes studied. According to our study, WWE superstar Charlotte Flair not only faced more online harassment than any other wrestler, but also the most of any athlete in our study, with a staggering 36.4% negativity rating in our sample, the site revealed. Right behind her is Nia Jax with a 35.3% negativity rate. Known for her outspoken personality and previous fan run-ins, Jax has addressed the online hate before and doesn't shy away from calling it out. AEW's Mercedes Moné, Saraya, and Tegan Nox round out the top 5. CM Punk lands at number 6, unsurprising considering his polarizing presence both on and off screen. The list also includes heavy hitters like Chris Jericho, the Young Bucks, Jon Moxley, Alexa Bliss, and Britt Baker. Here's the full top 15. Number 1, Charlotte Flair. Number 2, Nia Jax. 3, Mercedes Moné. 4, Saraya. 5, Tegan Nox. 6, CM Punk. 7, Chris Jericho. 8, Cora Jade. 9, the Young Bucks. 10, Jade Cargill. 11, Jon Moxley. 12, Alexa Bliss. 13, Britt Baker. 14, Will Ospreay. And a tie for 15 between Ricochet, Natalya, and Nikki Bella. Breaking his silence on the loss of his son Antoine, who was found unresponsive in his home last Friday, Teddy Long said this on Wrestling's Road Trip After Hours. Well, basically, I guess what Mac wants to talk about is the passing of my son Antoine. He passed, I believe, last Thursday. We found him Friday. He was in his home. He was unresponsive. So basically, I'm waiting on the autopsy to let us kind of know what really happened. He was laying on his bed, still had his clothes on and everything, and one of his friends came there and found him in the house. So we're just waiting to see what happened. A lot of people acknowledged that and texted me, people from WWE, and I want to say those names now too, to let them know how much I appreciate it. Mark Henry was one of them, Bruce Pritchard, Michael Hayes, The Godfather, Eric Bischoff, Natalia, Ron Simmons, JBL, and Stephanie McMahon. She reached out and spoke on behalf of her and Triple H and gave me their condolences, so thank you so much, Stephanie. I also want to acknowledge Herb Simmons. Another guy I want to let people know, when people do stuff like this, they don't have to. So anytime they do, that lets me know you ain't faking, you're real. They really do care. So the people that I mentioned have shown me that they do care. Like I said, there is nothing we can do. It's God's call. So I just want to thank everybody. If I didn't get a chance to thank you, or if I didn't respond, some of the people that came on Facebook and Instagram, I may not be able to meet you. But thank you so very much. Thank everybody for coming out and thinking about Antoine. And this was your pro wrestling news update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all later.